Mexico against the team from France. Team USA already been awarded the bronze medal, defeating Italy yesterday by 3 points. So that streak of gold medals for the USA will stop right here. It will go to either Mexico or France here in this matchup. The French in their red jerseys. And there's a good look at the team from Mexico. Gerardo, Alvarado, and Linda Ochoa, who defeated Hong Kong in the first round, topped Thailand in the quarterfinals, and then edged out America's Jamie Van Atta and Roger Willett Jr. by 1 to get to the finals, where they will face Pierre-Julien Deloche and Pascale Lebecque. This duo defeating Russia in the quarterfinals, 155 to 153, and then took Italy by 2, 158 to 156. Getting back to the team from Mexico, though, Pat, that's impressive. They beat a team comprised of Jamie Van Atta and Roger Willett Jr. by 1. That speaks volumes.
Well, that shows you that things can happen. I mean, this is the only compound event where the United States have not made the finals. Mexico's a strong team, France is a strong team. This is going to be a great final. The Ochoa name is synonymous with archery in Mexico, and look, it's going to be a great event.
France on the right, shooting at target 2. Mexico on the left, shooting at target number 1. And there's part of the French contingent here in Shanghai. And here is Pascale Lebecque, second at the World Championships in Torino earlier this summer. Comes in ranked 5th in the world, and she'll straddle that start line and take the first shot here in the mixed team competition.
She's certainly been shooting well this year. Deloche ranked 1st in the individual men. Starts with a 10.
I like to compare this to basketball or baseball. You get your first shot, or you get your first base hit, or even in golf. Tee off and hit it well.
It gives you that confidence for what I was saying, for that next arrow, but certainly starting off with a 10 is great.
It sets things up, doesn't it? So back-to-back 10s. As the camera pulls out, you can see the 2 targets. One on the line. This is Linda Ochoa now, ranked 22nd in the world. And right away, Mexico falls behind. So Alvarado will need a 10 right here to keep Mexico close. And a 10 for Alvarado. Gerardo Alvarado, ranked 64th among the men, already has a bronze medal here in Shanghai as a member of the Mexico men's team. That was only his 2nd World Cup medal, as we go back now to Pascale Lebecque. Nerves of steel.
She's really putting it down, isn't she? Look, the Mexico team will feel that 9, but they will move on.
They will have to move on, especially if Deloche finds the range right here.
16 arrows in the wind on a river. There you go. Anything can happen. Number 1 ranked archer can just have that slight error. And they're straight back into it, Mexico.
So Mexico, emboldened perhaps by the 8 scored by Deloche. Can they take advantage?
What this does emphasize is that male or female, it doesn't matter. They both put down the same scores. You know, like I've shot in team events where the lady has shot a higher score than I have, and vice versa. It really shows that this is a both sex event.
Good look at Alvarado, but he shoots an 8. And so the opportunity that was there goes by the wayside, as Mexico has to settle for a 1-point deficit after the first end. An opportunity, golden opportunity, gone by the wayside. Getting back to the point that you were making about this compound competition, we're going to see a young lady in just a little bit, Danielle Brown, who competes in a wheelchair and is able to compete against able-bodied competitors and not only compete with them, but also beat them.
Look, I was talking to her about this earlier because I wanted to make sure I didn't say anything inappropriate. Look, she doesn't just compete against them, she beats them. She beats them well.
Yes.
So she competes on an even footing, and she does a great job. She's a solid archer and can really put it down. And that's the good thing about archery. It's something that you can participate in from, the age of, 5, 10, and still there's people competing in the sport at the age of 80. So it's a long lifespan sport, and you can produce,
It's a lifetime sport.
It is. It's something that'll stay with you forever.
So France, with a 1-point lead after the first end. Very close competition here in the mixed team event. Once again, Team USA took the bronze medal yesterday, defeating Italy. But now it is Mexico and France for the gold medal, and there's Ochoa with a great shot.
It was a great shot. It's also excellent. You can actually see the end of the stabilizer bar in that earlier shot, and you can see how still it is when she's making that shot and how well she aimed that.
Right now, Alvarado trying to make some adjustments. Lebecque, whose team won gold in Croatia, trying to win another team gold medal here in Shanghai. And Deloche, 29 years old, ranked 12th in the world, and he scores a 9.
See, that could be that wind just moving around. They could be making great shots, aiming where they're expecting to aim, making a solid shot, and it could still be moving those arrows.
These arrows travel at a speed of about, 150 miles an hour?
I'm used to kilometres an hour, but
trying to do you a curve, sorry.
Trying to do a quick conversion. Yeah, they'd probably even be faster than that, really.
Mm-hmm. But even at that speed, they can be affected by gusts of wind.
For sure, for sure. Even if, in the middle of that target, you're only talking about three inches to hit a 10, it can easily just move it just that extra half an inch and you're in the 9. And as you can see, it certainly affects the score.
France with a pair of 9s to start the second end.
It's a good view of the peep sight. She's looking through the string, through the peep sight, onto the front sight, onto the target.
See the center of the target, hit the center of the target.
That's the idea, and the recurve doesn't have that peep sight. So if you can see there, Deloche is looking through to the side at the front.
Technology has become so sophisticated in a sport, or a practice, I guess I should say, that's thousands of years old. Of course, when it all started, it was about survival. Now it's a sport.
Look, there's a lot of hunters in the world too, especially in the United States, so there's still a lot of people out there that use it for that. However, that front sight has, on Deloche's sight, had 16 clicks for every millimetre, so there's 16 increments for each millimetre on his sight. He can be very, very precise in where he wants that sight set.
France with 75 points through the first two ends, as you now look at the team from Mexico, which has 74, so still a 1-point deficit for Mexico. And Alvarado is yet to shoot his best yet in this match. If he catches fire,
that'll be back on. Look, I think you'll find that at least now they're thinking that they'll be sitting there thinking, look, anyone can win this. Let's put our best foot forward and move on. However, those first couple of arrows, when you get your opposition shooting 2 10s and you've shot a 10 and you're 9, it puts a different amount of stress on you. But now you know that anyone can shoot an 8. It'll probably take the stress off a little bit, but at least it's open halfway through the event.
Fist bump there for the French duo of Lebecque and Deloche. They lead at the midway point by 1 point. They led by 1 after the first end. Mexico has had some opportunities to take advantage of some openings, but has yet to walk through that door as Pascale Lebecque steps up. Finished 4th in 2 events last month at stage 3 in Ogden. She won't be finishing 4th here today. It'll be bronze, or excuse me, it'll be a silver or gold. Nope, they're going to give her a 10. At first they announced it as a 9.
There you go. I would have picked it as a 9 myself. It's on the line with the red dot. Could be either way.
Deloche wearing his white chapeau.
Solid X.
Straight shooter, Pierre-Julien Deloche. On the gold medal team in 2008 at the 4th stage in France. Trying to pick up gold medal here 3 years later in Shanghai.
Mexico needs to put down 2 10s to keep in touch. There you go, first one.
And you can see that stabilizer that you were talking about just a moment ago. Gerardo Alvarado hoping to stabilize his shot, and he does.
And he does, yeah, sure. Look, he'll be settling down into the event. The first couple of arrows in any event is certainly going to be, you're going to feel the nerves. As you bet into it, it's going to get better. You're going to settle down and go back into your shot sequence. That's the cam we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm. Which cuts that holding weight into half of what the draw weight is.
Even less, yeah. Some of the cams you can get down to only holding 20% of what it is at maximum weight. Those I'd expect would be around 60%.
Now with the clock winding down, a 10 for Deloche. So a 10, 10, 9, and 10 in this third end for the Frenchman. Now Linda Ochoa.
The ability to get ahead there now for Mexico.
She was on the gold medal mixed team last year here in Shanghai and shoots another 10. And the crowd getting vocal here in Shanghai.
You'd possibly start to feel a bit more pressure now. Sort of the middle of the match, it'd be relaxing a little bit, coming towards the pointy end. There you go. You'd start to be feeling a little bit more with 4 arrows to go, especially when you start to get ahead by 1 arrow. You might think it's a bit of a release. It's not. Sometimes it can be more pressure will actually come upon you as you get ahead. The coach is talking to him about his shot sequence or shot process and trying to relax him down a little bit.
115 out of a possible 120 points for Team Mexico.
And that's what you want to see, the coach talking to him, but see, he's got that smile on his face. The coach is sort of giving him the confidence and he's relaxing a bit. I reckon that's good.
114 for the team from France, which held a 1-point lead after the first 2 ends, but now finds itself down by 1. So Mexico with a nice little swing right there to go up by 1. As we head into the 4th and quite possibly final end.
Mexican team looking a little bit more relaxed there now.
So Mexico with a 1-point lead after trailing through the first half of this match. We'll see if the French have an answer. Lebecque. Close. Not quite.
Close, but no cigar. Unfortunately, just being half a centimetre out is the same score as being 3 centimetres out.
Deloche will try to make up for the 9, but can't do it.
Not this time, but Mexico will be feeling the pressure now.
And there is pressure, as you were saying. I mean, you've got the lead and you've got an opportunity here, but there's pressure to take advantage of that opportunity.
Exactly. The expectation is there that you're going to get ahead or stay ahead. But she's done it.
Linda Ochoa with a great shot right there.
Look at the smile of relief.
Yeah, that sly smile right there. So Mexico rallying here in the mixed team gold medal match. And back-to-back 10s to get things started in the 4th.
There you go.
Fourth end.
The match will swing a bit now, I think. I think you'll find that they'll actually relax, the Mexican team.
Excellent camera work by our crew here in Shanghai, giving you an up-close look at this sport. Pascale Lebecque, bit off the mark with that shot, and 8. Perhaps sensing the disappointment, but there's a 10 from Deloche.
Look, you're generally going to find at this point, depending, unless it's gale force winds, that if you aim in the middle of that gold bucket now and just make a solid shot, even if you hit a 9, you're still going to come away with the medal. So I think you'll find that they'll relax a little bit now and just make a solid shot and not worry too much about adjusting for the wind. But nails the X.
Ochoa, strong performance here in the mixed team gold medal match. Ochoa with 5 World Cup medals last year in 2010. About to add another one right here as Ochoa and Alvarado wrap it up in great fashion, coming from behind after falling behind by 1 in the first end. Still trailing by 1 point at the midway point. A comeback, and they pull away to win this one, defeating the team from France, Pascale Lebecque and Pierre-Julien Deloche. And so a gold medal from Mexico here in the mixed team competition. Compound competition this afternoon here in Shanghai. And there's a happy couple.
They certainly look happy, don't they? Probably not the expectation when they were coming in, a bit more stress, but the relief's off now. They can go home, and you can never take that medal away from them.
And of course, the key to their run this week was knocking off Jamie Van Atta and Roger Willett Jr. of the United States.
That would have given them confidence for sure, for sure.
154 points for the Mexican team. Performing well here in Shanghai in front of this crowd.
You could see them both taking a deep breath, and they'll enjoy tonight.
So a 4-point win.